Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
This Thanksgiving, think outside the oven and get Thanks Grilling with Ace. Get a new grill and choose from top brands like Traeger, Weber, and Big Green Egg to add even more flavor to your Thanksgiving turkey, side dishes, and desserts. Plus, right now, get free assembly and delivery on all grills and accessories $3.99 and up. For the best help on the best grills, stop by your local Ace and get Thanks Grilling. Ace Rewards members only through December 24th. See participating stores for scheduling or exclusions.
OBS Job Search Advice Radio, episode 1811. I'm your host, Jeff Altman, the Big Game Hunter, and welcome. Today is a show where I tell you, I told you so. I know I'm right. I started talking to you on this subject a couple of years ago, and I'm going to point it out to those of you who didn't pay attention. Hope you find it helpful. Hope you give it a great review in Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, wherever you listen to the show. Please give it a great review because it does help other people discover the show. And one thing I know very clearly, these are tough times with 33 million people who've lost their jobs in the last few weeks. 33 million. In the Great Recession, let me restate that. In the Great Depression of the early 1930s, 22 million lost their jobs. Now, the population is a third of where it is now, but still, it's an enormous number of people, and folks need help. Be ready to help others and help yourself in the process. Hope you enjoy the show. Hope it helps you. And with that, let's get going, okay? And I'm back with I Told You So. About 2 years ago, I started to say to people, the next recession's coming. I don't know when, but the next recession's on its way. And we've gotten worse than that. We've gotten to, I don't know if it's depression. I'll let other people define it. But if you're one of the 33 million people who's lost their job since this all started, it's a depression right now. My point here is what I told people to do at that time was to spend time putting their network in place, networking with individuals, starting to create an online presence for themselves so recruiters could find them. Now, in the last period of time, it's been next to impossible for people to find work. I know I've helped people find work, and some have, but it's hard because with distancing and the like, it's just not an easy thing to do. But as people start to come out of the bunker and start returning to work in offices, even in this modified way, firms are going to recognize that it's necessary to fill positions. And your network is going to be the most important part of this, because you think they're going to take absolute strangers and hire them? Or do you think it's going to be part of a recommendation that they're going to receive that's going to advantage someone to cut to the front of the line? That's what networking does for people. It helps you cut to the front of the line. And thus, I'm going to tell you now, it's not too late. You've got time where you can do this. But you gotta start now, reaching back to people who you've known in your past. Now, some may be in the same boat as you, and that's okay. Maybe you can help them. But fundamentally, you've got to start networking now if you haven't been doing it. 2 years ago was the best time. You didn't have to act like one of those people. Hey, it's been a long time. But you can drop a text or an email to someone and say to them, it feels like it's been 100 years since we were last in contact. Just wanted to see how you were and whether you're okay. And wait for a response. You've got to start networking because the statistics are clear that networking is the way that most people find work. Get out there, start talking to people. Hope you found this helpful, and I told you so. And if you're interested in one-on-one coaching for your search or interview coaching or help with a salary negotiation or some element of job search, go to my website, thebiggamehunter.us. In addition to all the great content that's in the blog, you can sign up for a free discovery call or set up time for coaching. I'd love to help you, and Lord knows people who are out of work need it. You're going to be competing with lots of individuals Don't rely on dumb luck to find your next position. So that's today's show. I hope you found it helpful. And if you did, here are a few more ways to get information and advice from me. First of all, there's my website, which is thebiggamehunter.us. I have more than 8,000 blog posts there that you can watch, listen to, or read that will help you find your next job. In addition, if you're interested in my coaching you, at the site there's a button there that says schedule. Schedule time for a free discovery call, schedule yourself in for coaching, interview preparation coaching, salary negotiation advice, coaching related to hiring more effectively, managing and leading, helping you to be a better executive in your organization, and overall being a better employee of your firm. If you have questions for me, you can ask them at Wisio.com/The Big Game Hunter. That's WISIO.com/The Big Game Hunter. The price at Wisio is less than 1/3 of what I'm charging at my website. And I'm doing this because I want to benefit my subscribers here and on YouTube, and only you're going to know about it. You can also connect with me on LinkedIn at linkedin.com/IN/The Big Game Hunter. Mention that you watched or listened to my content. I like knowing I'm helping folks. Once we're connected, it's nice to hear from you. I'd love to hear from you from time to time about how I'm helping. You can also watch me on TV. Did you know that? If you have a Fire TV or a Fire Stick, download the JobSearch TV app for Apple TV, Roku, Sony, Samsung, like 90 different TV platforms. You can watch me on either Zingo TV or BingeNetworks.tv. On YouTube, subscribe at JobSearch.TV.com and have access to thousands of videos I've created. I'll be back tomorrow with more, and in the meantime, I hope you have a great day. Be great!
When you're ready to ride Metro, we want you to know we're ready for you. Here are just a few of the people at Metro to tell you how we're doing our part to keep riders safe.
We're cleaning like never before with hospital-grade cleaning.
You'll find hand sanitizer stations all over the Metro.
No mask, no Metro. Need one? We have a few extras.
At Metro, we're doing our part to keep the DC area moving. Find out more at WMATA.com/doingourpart.
Want to hear something amazing? Discover matches all the cash back you earn on your credit card at the end of your first year, automatically, dollar for dollar, with no limit on how much you can earn. Extra cash? Come on, how amazing is that? In fact, it's even more amazing when you realize all the places where Discover is accepted. 99% of places in the U.S. that take credit cards. So when it comes to Discover, get used to hearing yes more often. Learn more at discover.com/yes. 2020 Nielsen Report limitations apply.